Welcome to Kaumudy Global. India joins Indo-Pacific Economic Bloc led by US to counter China. I'm Anjana and let's know more on this. India and 12 countries led by the United States launched the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework IPEF on Monday to provide an economic alternative to China's strategic footprint in the Indo-Pacific region. The IPEF aims to strengthen economic partnerships among participating countries to enhance resilience, sustainability, inclusiveness, economic growth, fairness, and competitiveness in the Indo-Pacific region. At the IPEF's launch in Tokyo, Prime Minister Narendra Modi sat alongside US President Joe Biden, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, and US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, demonstrating New Delhi's commitment to work together to counter Beijing's growing assertiveness in the region and beyond. This economic endeavor was announced a day before the Quad Leaders Summit in Tokyo, the second in-person meeting following the September summit in Washington, D.C. Leaders and officials joined in virtually from Australia, Brunei, Indonesia, Republic of Korea, Malaysia, New Zealand, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. Modi said, "The Indo-Pacific Economic Framework is a declaration of a collective will to make the region an engine of global economic growth." Thanking President Biden for this important initiative, he said, "India will work with all of you to build an inclusive and flexible Indo-Pacific economic framework. I believe that there should be three main pillars of resilient supply chains: trust, transparency, and timeliness. I'm confident that this framework will help strengthen these three pillars and pave the way for development, peace, and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region." Underlining that Indo-Pacific region is a center of manufacturing, economic activity, global trade, and investment, the Prime Minister said history is witness to the fact that India has been a major center in the trade flows of the Indo-Pacific region for centuries. Therefore, it is essential that we find common and creative solutions for the economic challenges of the region. With China increasingly using its economic might in the Indo-Pacific, the US has formed a coalition of the willing to challenge Beijing and present alternatives. According to the White House, Biden formed the IPEF with a dozen initial partners representing 40% of global GDP. Biden said, "The future of the 21st century economy is going to be largely written in the Indo-Pacific in our region. The Indo-Pacific covers half of the population of the world and more than 60% of the global GDP. And the nations represented here today and those who will join this framework in the future are signing up to work towards an economic vision that will deliver for all peoples the vision for an Indo-Pacific that is free and open, connected and prosperous, and secure as well as resilient, where our economic growth is sustainable and is inclusive." A joint statement said that the countries share a commitment to a free, open, fair, inclusive, interconnected, resilient, secure, and prosperous Indo-Pacific region that has the potential to achieve sustainable and inclusive economic growth. It said that they are launching collective discussions towards future negotiations and identified 4 pillars under the IPEF. The first being trade. The statement said they seek to build high-standard, inclusive, free, and fair trade commitments and develop new and creative approaches in trade and technology policy that advance a broad set of objectives that fuels economic activity and investment, promotes sustainable and inclusive economic growth, and benefits workers and consumers. And its efforts include, but are not limited to, cooperation in the digital economy. The second is the supply chains. We are committed to improving transparency, diversity, security, and sustainability in our supply chains to make them more resilient and well integrated. We seek to coordinate crisis response measures, expand cooperation to better prepare for and mitigate the effects of disruptions, to better ensure business continuity, improve logistical efficiency and support, and ensure access to key raw and processed materials, semiconductors, critical minerals, and clean energy technology, the statement said. The third pillar is clean energy, decarbonization and infrastructure. In line with our Paris Agreement goals and efforts to support the livelihood of our people and workers, we plan to accelerate the development and deployment of clean energy technologies to decarbonize an economies and build resilience to climate impacts. This involves deepening cooperation on technologies, on mobilizing finance, including concessional finance, and on seeking ways to improve competitiveness and enhance connectivity by supporting the development of sustainable and durable infrastructure and by providing technical assistance, it said. And the fourth being tax and anti-corruption. They are committed to promoting fair competition by enhancing and enforcing effective and robust tax, anti-money laundering and anti-bribery regimes in line with existing multilateral obligation standards and agreements to curb tax evasion and corruption in the Indo-Pacific region. This involves sharing expertise and seeking ways to support capacity building necessary to advance accountable and transparent systems. The joint statement said that framework partners will be engaging in such discussions on various ways to strengthen economic cooperation to achieve these goals and invited other interested Indo-Pacific partners to join IPEF. A statement by the Ministry of External Affairs said India is committed to a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific region and believes that deepening economic engagement among partners is crucial for continued growth, peace and prosperity. Modi, who arrived in Tokyo early Monday, met business leaders and the Indian community. He will attend the Quad Leaders Summit on Tuesday and hold bilateral meetings with President Biden, Prime Minister Kishida and newly elected Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. This is Anjana signing off. Do like and share this video. For further updates, subscribe to Kaumudy Global.